every organization now should really have a cyber narrative. And if you don't feel as though that exists in your organization at more of a broader level, I would encourage people to go and drive that.
Well, that's an interesting term. I hadn't heard that. What's a cyber narrative?
It's really a story about what threats exist, your preparedness, your teams, and what you do on the daily in order to protect from that. And it's got to be balanced with reality, Dale. And this is where we get into issues with reputation management. Abraham Lincoln said about reputation, he said, character is the tree, reputation is the shadow that it casts. And so when you think about that, where you get into problems with reputation is when your character, and perhaps in this instance it's how prepared you really are, is significantly different from the shadow that it casts, or the perception. That's where Boeing got in trouble, for instance. We think of Boeing as a culture of engineering excellence. We think of Boeing as a culture of safety. And then all of a sudden, here are the news stories. Well, the shadow that was cast is incredibly different from the tree that exists. So when you think about your cyber narrative, you want to be thinking about what can we confidently say? And you don't want to be too far out ahead of your skis, of course, right? But a lot of times the corporate comms people are scared to say too much. And so I just encourage these conversations, because the more that the technical people can show up and inform, the more we'll be able to share realistic, right-sized information.
Yeah, I really like that concept of a cyber narrative. I know you don't get deep into the technical details, but I could imagine a cyber narrative talking about your safety and protection systems that could prevent these things from happening, your processes, your resilience, your ability to recover. Yep. And if you know, the S4 attendee audience and others in the community had gone back and forth and communicated that broad narrative, then when an event happens, you at least have that as a foundation. I think that's something I haven't seen that could be really useful.